if you go into the workplace, a lot of the times I worked in the workplace. I worked in a cube farm for a while, and every day all I heard was "La, na, 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 na," bad things are happening to people all the time. And I had to make the decision that's not who I was going to become. I wasn't going to get caught up in what they were going through, but I was going to be, if you will, different than that. But I had to find a few key people in the midst of where I was working who believed like I did. And so each day, a couple of times a day, we would go walk a pathway. There was a pathway that went around where we worked, and we would go out and we would pray and we would talk and we would encourage one another and we would edify one another and we build each other up and we would exhort some, and they would say, "Yeah, I just lost my last sale," and I'm going, "But this is what we're going to do. We're going to pray that that sale is recovered, or new sales are going to come in, or all those things." So we were never meant to walk this journey alone. The early church thrived because the believers encouraged one another. They worshiped together and they helped each other grow in their faith. And so Hebrews 10:25 says, "Let us not neglect meeting together as some have made a habit, but let us encourage one another." That's not about being in church on Sunday, because unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. But what can happen is people can open their homes, invite people over, bring people into their lives, pray with one another, and see the changes that came up and began to make a difference. When I first came into the kingdom, I was a mess. I'll just tell you, I was a mess. Everything in my life was going wrong. There wasn't one thing that wasn't on fire in my life. And I knew that if I didn't hang out with people who believed differently or the way I needed to begin to believe, I was going to be a sitting duck and I would not accomplish anything.